What's up, guys? This is Tom from Real Nice Gamers. Been a while since we posted any content, but thought it might be fun to make a video going over Alatreon. Just wanted to kind of share my thoughts. As a new player of Monster Hunter, somebody who got turned on to Monster Hunter because of World, I just find it kind of funny that there were so many people in the community, or there were such loud voices that seemed to be so displeased with the difficulty in the fight, and thought maybe I could shed a little bit of positivity into the conversation, because I see a lot of my favorite YouTubers getting on and having mixed feelings or being kind of down on the fight. And my biggest concern coming into this fight was, this is supposed to be the Black Dragon. This is supposed to be the big bad. This is it. This is what we've been grinding for. This is the big challenge, right? And so my biggest concern was that he was going to be too easy. I think back to the Golden Pickle. I think back to when they dropped the Devil Joe Tempered, and we got our first chance to really have a halfway decent grind for Warrior Streamstones, Heroes and Warrior Streamstones. That was the first time that a monster truly had me stumped in this game, that I really couldn't figure out how to beat it. And I went and I tried so many different builds, and I was on forums and I was looking around just trying to find any glimmer of hope to beat this monster. And I gotta say, when I finally got him, when all was said and done and I finally was able to beat that guy, I think that was when I was irrevocably and hopelessly hooked on Monster Hunter. That was the turning point. I'd always liked the game. It was always a good game. Overcoming that challenge sold me on the whole process of Monster Hunter. And now I find that Alatreon's kind of rekindled that love, right? That passion for the game that I had back then. Because this monster is so well executed, just beautifully designed. The encounter itself is the definition of tough but fair. His moves are very well telegraphed. You can learn and punish. You find your openings, get the most out of that window. You'll see it in the footage in the background, right? I'm throwing out blade dances because I know where the monster's gonna be, right? Because I know what move he did and what my opportunity is to punish after just fighting him a couple days. You don't even get that on half the monsters on the roster. So first of all, just his regular attacks are super fair. They hit hard. He will combo you to death. But when people are sitting there saying, oh, well, I couldn't have done anything, or it was cheesy, or it wasn't fair, the reality is you lost when you got hit the first time. And sometimes you get lucky after that first hit, and you don't get comboed. You got to look at it as every time you don't die when you get pinned by Alatreon, that's you getting lucky. It's not you getting unlucky when he does finish you off after a pin. But I know that the actual encounter is not really the thing that people are all up in arms about. It's really more the Eschaton Judgment. And I gotta say, it was kind of interesting to just see all the different strategies pop out and all the different theories about how it works. And before that was even figured out, there was a petition on like change.org or something to change the fight, to patch the fight, to make it easier. And I get it. I get not liking the concept of a DPS check, but the footage that I got here in the background is really, I just did it to show how easy the DPS check really is. At the end of this video, you're going to see my gear. I have no dragon attack built on this gear. I'm using dragon, first of all, which is a terrible strategy, okay? You come in with the counter element. There's two strategies, right? You can come in with the counter element, and you'll probably annihilate the monster. So if you come in to the fire mission with your ice weapons, your team's going to get an elemental stagger right off the bat, and then you should be able to wail all over the monster. It'll probably lead into a second elemental stagger, maybe even a third elemental stagger. I was in a good group that brought a good set of counter builds, and we killed the monster in 6.5 minutes, just about, a little less actually. That's the way you do it. You just bring the counter element. You just fight them with the counter element. Now, the other strategy is you could all run dragon. The only reason that you would do this is because for some reason your team is struggling to break the horn. If you are having that problem, that is a strategy that's open to you. You probably want your whole team to run Dragon at that point, and it's going to be hard to get the DPS check. I wouldn't say hard, but it's going to be harder. You're not going to flinch him and knock him down 3 times like you can with the counter element, but you'll get 1 flinch as long as you stay on the monster and everybody's running Dragon, right? You'll get the flinch. It's going to happen during the Dragon phase, and ironically, because it's going to happen during the Dragon phase, he's going to fall over, and you're going to be able to break the horn. But really, that's it. Those are the only 2 ways to approach it. You either just run the counter build, or you run the Dragon build. The counter build is by far and away the better choice. Other than that, you can go, if you're speedrunners, if you're god tier players, you can do all sorts of other kooky crazy things. But anybody who's decent at the game should be able to walk in there with their best weapon, set up for the counter element, with a team of 3 other folks, set up for the counter element, and they should be able to deal with Eschaton Judgment, no problem. At first I thought you weren't going to have problems doing it with a greatsword or with a hammer. Just not the case. You look around on YouTube now, and there's so many videos telling you how to do this with the hammer, with the greatsword. Easy enough. Anybody can do it, you just got to practice. The expectation when the Great Black Dragon drops in Monster Hunter World Iceborne Master Rank shouldn't be that you're just going to walk in there and beat it without changing anything or having to think. You can't expect to just get handed that win. And if you do, that's just... I don't understand the spirit behind that. I don't understand the fun in that. I wanted that monster to kick my ass, and it delivered. The first night, I could not beat that monster. There was no way I was walking out of there with a W. At the end of the day, though, I'm sitting there looking at some YouTube videos trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to beat this guy, right? And then what you find is you run into people online, and a lot of them don't even want to get out of their comfort zone. They don't want to even try the strategies. They don't even want to listen to the advice from people who make their livings off of YouTube videos for the game, right? Meanwhile, you put on a pair of ice dual blades, and then the fight becomes very, very manageable. I guess all I'm saying is that at the end of the day, the fight is incredible. It is one of the best fights that has been brought to Iceborne. It's super manageable if you just take the time to learn it. There's nothing unfair about it. It's very clear that a lot of time was put into determining exactly what those elemental thresholds would be. A lot of time was put into playtesting that fight and making sure it was fun as hell. I think that the only valid criticism that you could really throw at it is that it very poorly communicates to the player how to get the elemental flinch. How much elemental damage am I doing? Which elemental weapon should I be using? None of that is really clearly communicated, but the community had that figured out within 12 hours of the fight going live. So, as much as I can get behind that being a criticism, it's not really Monster Hunter's way to teach the player. For better or worse, Monster Hunter throws you out there and asks you to figure it out on your own. And that's all they did here. They did the same thing they always do. It's the way Monster Hunter works. They delivered excellent content that, for me, was everything I hoped it was going to be. I must have fought the thing 30 times, killed it at least 20 already. Completely lost a Saturday to just hunting that monster because it was just so much damn fun. Not because I even wanted any of his gear, right? And to me, that's as good as it gets. Anyway, I just wanted to get that out there. Enjoy the rest of the video. Just basically me running around with dragon dual blades without any dragon on my build, soloing Alatreon. If I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you are interested in a video once every couple months. And we'll be talking to you soon. Stay classy, Internet.
Alatreon's readying a big attack. Get your healing items ready.
Alatreon's shifting elements!
Oh, wow, you did it! This hunt will go down in history!